All right, Fightland's travelled up to the Coldwell Boxing Gym in Rotherham today to get the latest on the world of boxing with Ebanie Bridges. How are you, Ebanie?
Good. Yeah, good. Just, trained this morning, obviously, just inspiring. So yeah, in the gym, in camp officially.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to come to that later, but first of all, I think everyone watched Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou at the weekend. Obviously, quite a few people would have been taken by surprise by just how good Francis Ngannou was. Were you more surprised by how bad Tyson Fury was, or how good Francis Ngannou was?
I mean, it's interesting you said how bad Tyson Fury was, but Ngannou was really good and he was quite awkward, so that can also make you not be great. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many things we can look at.
Yeah.
Like I literally said, I've never watched Ngannou. I didn't even bother researching him or watching anything of these. I wasn't interested. I'm like, he's an MMA fighter. Tyson Fury should just box his head off. Like, honestly, because I think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. So I didn't bother. And then, when he came out, he looked like a school boxer. Like, he looked like he had basics well. He was sharp. He was explosive. He was exciting for me. He has power. And I think he really put Tyson off. I think Tyson thought that he would just hurt him and whatever, but you got to realize these MMA fighters, they get shin kicked, elbowed, kneed, like bone on bone to their heads. I mean, even Tyson Fury threw in an elbow there. He was just like, yeah, whatever.
He just brushed it off.
So you can never. I feel like you can never expect to hurt a MMA fighter or a Thai boxer, because they are used to that real brutal combat sport. But I thought he was great, and I think that shock to Tyson, that can really kill you. If you're underprepared, or if you're underestimating your opponent, and you go and think it's going to be an easy night, that's really, I mean, obviously that's not something you think someone at his level wouldn't do that, but someone might not be able to help it sometimes. And that will definitely give you, lower your demeanor. You're like, holy shit, this guy's not going. Or this guy's really awkward. He kept switching stance.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
And that's really awkward, do you know what I mean? And he was quite different. He was explosive. He has a little Mike Tyson moves. No, he was good. Very humble as well.
Yeah.
I think that Fury, we're saying Fury was bad, and should use his jab more, but he was getting countered. He was scared. He got knocked down in the third round. He knew that if he let his hands go, he'd be open. He'd get in close, he'd be open. Like, he was getting countered. So it was like he was holding back almost.
Yeah.
Because last thing he wanted to get knocked out by the guy.
Right.
So he just did his best to try and, kind of not engage too much and stay away. And obviously, by not engaging, he's not throwing as much, and it looks like he's not doing as much work. But I think it was really Ngannou controlling that fight big time.
So on that basis, what did you make of the judges' decisions in the end? Seeing as one judge scored it 96-93, so considering the 10-8 round, that means you only gave one other round to Ngannou.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I would have been happy with the draw, which means that Ngannou would have won because of the point deduction. But to be fair, it really was a close fight. I'd have to watch it back, because always when you watch it fresh, when you're watching it live, you do get a bit emotional. Yeah. So I always like to watch fights back, and then you see it a little bit differently when you're not as emotional, because it's live, they're done. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously draw or either way by one round or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think I would have given it to Ngannou. I thought he was landing lots of body shots. I thought he was stronger, he was in control. Yeah.
When you say the points deduction, do you mean from the elbow?
From the 8 count.
Oh, the 8 count.
Yeah, the 8 count. Yeah, because he got.
Yeah, you think there should have been a points deduction for the elbow that he threw? Or
well, I mean, if you watch that elbow if you watch that elbow in real time, it does look a bit like an accident. But when it's slowed down, it looks pretty freaking like real. But it's like, I mean, he shrugged it off, didn't he?
Yeah.
Whatever, you got nothing. I get them all day.
But if he had deducted it, then it could have.
Yeah,
definitely.
Changed the outcome, didn't it? Yeah,
but
definitely.
Obviously, it didn't happen at the time. But do you think there's an element of kind of underdog bias in that people think that Ngannou deserved to win just because he was an underdog, whereas if he'd had more boxing sort of experience, more people knew about him, it would have been a...
No, I don't think so. No. From what I was watching, I thought he was landing lots of punches. He was countering really well. He was landing good body shots. Like, Tyson was throwing some jabs that sometimes he threw a few good 1-2s, but it was like, I felt like it was even in a way, very different styles. I think Tyson probably could have done more. I think also Ngannou looked like he started to get a bit tired towards the end.
Yeah.
You know, they both looked like they got a bit tired, and Tyson probably could have capitalised on that and picked it up a little bit more. But maybe he didn't train as hard because he didn't take it as seriously. We don't know. But that performance definitely would be giving like Usyk and other heavyweights a lot of confidence.
Exactly.
You know.
Against Fury.
Yeah, against Fury.
Yeah.
But I think the Fury we see against Deontay Wilder, I think would have been very different. A bit more aggressive, like going in there to try and hurt him. But I do think that like it did look like that, but there was after that knockdown he just got gun shy.
Yeah.
A bit gun shy. Last thing he wants to do is get knocked out by a debut boxer, MMA fighter.
Yeah, you never coming back from that kind of embarrassment.
It would be
really,
very hard. Yeah, very, very hard.
Well, the next question is then Ngannou, if he's going to continue boxing, do you think he could potentially have a fight with Anthony Joshua?
Oh yeah.
Knock him out even?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's got the power. I mean, look,
power,
Anthony Joshua has a bit of a glass chin, doesn't he? Like he can get dropped and hurt by. He gets hurt in every single fight. He got hurt by Usyk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Usyk's not known for his power. So yeah, most definitely. You know, but and like that, Ngannou said in his post-fight thing, interview, he said like, "This is my first boxing fight." It's like going to water. He goes, "Going to water, I didn't know." He goes, "I was a bit scared." He goes, "I had that fear because it's water of unknown." He goes, "Now I know the temperature. Now I'll be better when he comes back." And he will, 100%. He'll be like, "Okay, I've done it now. I've boxed. I know what it feels like. I've done the 10 rounds." Like, and he will come back in better. Of course, 100%. He'll probably be able to let his hands go, probably be more a bit aggressive. I think he will only come back better. And to be fair, I'm excited to see it. I think he is. His fundamentals are great. His balance is great.
Yeah, he didn't look stiff at all.
Not at all.
Fluid.
Like he was flowing. That's the thing about MMA fighters. But they are awkward. I've sparred MMA fighters, and they are different. Their stance is different. The way they throw punches is a little bit different. But he didn't. He's the way he threw punches was like a boxer, a bit like Tyson. Do you know Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's that footwork, that shift, that switching that they do a lot of in the MMA fighters, and it's really, it can be a bit, it's awkward.
So Eddie Hearn after the fight, obviously he was saying it looked like Tyson Fury had never laced up a pair of gloves before. No one wants to see Fury Usyk now. Everyone wants to see Fury Anthony Joshua. Do you think he's just clutching at straws there? Obviously he's trying to spin it his way.
Not clutching straws, but of course he's just trying to sell the Anthony Joshua fight, isn't he? He's trying to get the Anthony Joshua fight. Like that's fucking blatant to see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think we still will see Fury Usyk though? Just not as soon as.
Well, isn't that for undisputed?
Yeah.
We want to see an undisputed heavyweight. I'm pretty sure everyone wants to see an undisputed heavyweight world champion.
And then the winner.
So that fight has to come.
The winner fight,
do you know what
Anthony
I mean?
Joshua after that.
Yeah, exactly. And then Anthony Joshua wants to get a shot at being undisputed. That would be a great comeback for Anthony Joshua. Would be great for British boxing and whatever and that. But of course, people want to see the Usyk fight. I mean, I feel like the Fury Usyk fight is more competitive than the Fury AJ fight.
Yeah.
If Fury comes in looking how he did against the best Fury, I think he smashes AJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What about Fury Usyk if Fury's back to the top of his game?
I think he's similar, like because he's so big.
Yeah.
But
just out-muscle him, out-power him.
You would think that. Because Usyk doesn't have the power that Ngannou had, Ngannou has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's slick. So if you don't have any fear in a way, if there's no threat, you'll let your hands go a lot more.
True. Well, talking about you, and you mentioned earlier that you've sparred with some MMA fighters. I think in your kind of weight division in the UFC, you've got Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes.
No, they're huge. No way. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were the same.
No, they're a lot bigger than me.
So I'm not sure who in your weight division kind of would be sort of the most sort of crowd-pulling MMA fighter, but would you be up for taking on whoever that would be in the boxing ring?
Yeah, definitely boxing ring. I mean, I have absolutely zero interest in MMA fighting.
Yeah, sure.
Like my interest goes as far as Conor McGregor being my mate. Do you know what I mean? Like I have no, honestly,
follow it.
I don't follow it at all.
Okay.
At all. I don't even really, I obviously know some of the names and stuff, but I don't follow it at all. So, and I have no interest in learning how to grapple and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, boxing for sure. I mean, why not? If it makes money, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but I would have to make a lot of money, for me to do that. Like, it's not, it's not something that, it's definitely not something on my, to-do list.
No. But if the opportunity arose, like kind of for Tyson Fury, how Ngannou,
yeah, I know, yeah, but you know what, like MMA fighters, like I said, I've sparred, I've got good friends, and they can it depends on their style, like if they're stand-up kind of MMA fighters, but they are good, they're tough, man, and they're relentless. A lot of MMA fighters, like, you know, I have one of my friends, Jacinta Austin from Australia. She's like champion in every single discipline. Yeah. You know, she's come into boxing and she smashes boxers that have had so much experience, like through the amateurs and that, and like, you know, it's just, you can't underestimate them. And because they punch from different angles and their feet are a little bit different, like it's not so traditional, it can make it quite awkward. And you heard Tyson Fury saying that after the fight, he's really awkward. And an awkward fighter, it can be tough work, you know, because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Just coming from different angles.
Yeah, you can never really write them off. They're still fighters, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But you would just think that not being their discipline, that you're going to be better.
Yeah.
But you can't think that they're going to come in and fall over like a journeywoman.
No, of course not.
Or a journeyman, you know.
We saw Ngannou with the Superman punch.
Yeah, I love that. I wish I landed. That was sick.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I've tweeted about that. I wonder if that's actually illegal or legal in boxing.
Sure, as far as I know it is. But
yeah. I might try it in my next fight. Let's see.
Why not?
I mean, my next opponent is like 5'8". I might have to jump and hit her.
Well, that's what I was coming on to. Yeah. Last time we spoke, you were kind of frustrated because you couldn't get the fight on, and now it has been announced.
Yeah, now I've got it. Yeah.
We're in America, in California.
No, in San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
Is that California?
Yeah,
oh,
I think so. Yeah, it's Northern California. Yeah. December the 9th, right?
Yeah.
Avril Matthew.
Yeah, Avril Matthew.
How exciting are you?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
So thrilling. Yeah.
Obviously, I can't fucking wait. Like, I haven't cracked a skull, like throwing punches on in little gloves for nearly a year. That would be a year minus a day to the date since I fought last. So of course I'm hungry. I'm looking forward to getting there and fight. I can't wait. You know, I love fighting. You know, so yeah, I'm hanging for it. I'm pumped into making my American debut. You know, and Avril, you know, she's good, like, you know, I like her. She's a cool chick, to be fair. Like, so it's good to share the ring with her. Another Aussie,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, another Aussie. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to fight people are going to tune into for, you know, a lot of reasons, obviously. But it's about getting eyes on the sport, and I think we're going to do that.
What's the plan for the camp? Are you staying here in the UK? Or are you flying out?
Yeah, I'll be flying out, obviously, the States a couple of weeks early, just you know, to acclimatise and whatever. But yeah, still got a few more weeks here.
What do you know about her specific style, her way of boxing?
Well, like I just said, yeah, she's like 5'8", and I'm 5 foot. So that's like, she's nearly a foot taller than me.
Right.
So obviously, she has reach. She has range on me. The one thing she has that she does well is her jabs and obviously a straight punch. She's a very straight up and down kind of fundamentally good boxer. Do you know what I mean? Straight punches, like in and out, good, you know, decent balance. So I think as long as I can get past her jab and bully her, to take out her body
on the inside, right? Yeah,
and that's my bread and butter.
Like Tyson,
you know,
style.
she's gonna have to have a really good fucking jab to keep me off her because not many people can.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
Now, you've already nicknamed this fight the Battle of the Boobs.
Yeah, Battle of the Boobs. Yeah,
mate. That is the case.
She does have good boobs too, but mine are better. I've already won. No, she's Battle of the Boobs, Battle of the Babes. She's really obviously a good-looking woman. She does OnlyFans as well, and she's a model. She's a swimwear model. Okay. You know, that's what she does. But she's she's been boxing. I think she's been boxing about 5 years longer than me. So she has actually been boxing a lot longer than me. I think she turned pro when I started as an amateur. So she does have the experience. You know, she's moved over to America to, like what I moved over here for my boxing, she moved to America to follow her boxing dreams. I know a lot of people writing her off, just like everyone wrote me off because I'm pretty and a model on OnlyFans. Yeah. But you know, I believe she's gonna be tough. She's an Aussie. Yeah. And all the fights I've watched, she's been in some wars, and she has real grit. So I would like to think that she hasn't been up against anyone like me, and that I have the power, and that, you know, if anyone can knock her out, it will be me.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you predicted the mid-rounds.
I think if
feeling more powerful.
Yeah, definitely more powerful. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if she can take the punches because she's tough, you know, and she comes to fight. So it's not like I'm going to go in there and expect that to happen. I'm definitely expecting, like, training for the whole fight and expecting it to go 10 rounds. But I would say either. I wouldn't be surprised if I finish it like mid rounds or if it goes the full distance. You know, but I just know that it's going to be a good, exciting fight, and that she'll bring it. You know, and she'll be tough. So.
No doubt. Got a question here. You've got 150,000 more followers on your content than Avril on your OnlyFans. Has she come to you for any advice, or would you give her any advice on how to build up her?
Do I? What? 150,000 more followers?
Yeah, or maybe much more than that. I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. She started OnlyFans. She's not a big name, is she?
No, not as big as you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it's only. I can't give her any advice on OnlyFans. I got a lot of following on OnlyFans because I'm already a brand and I'm famous celebrity. Do you know what I mean? She started OnlyFans just from the bottom. Right. You know, I was already here, so I already had the fans. But a lot of people that start OnlyFans, they're not famous, so they got to build their way up, don't they?
The foundation.
Yeah, I told her I'll go after we fight. We'll do a collaboration.
Oh yeah.
And we'll get some more money.
That'd be decent. Yeah, that'd be solid. Last time we spoke, you mentioned that Netflix are documenting like your journey and your path, and then we're on the route to.
Well, I haven't got Netflix to buy into it yet, but the plan is to obviously a Netflix or an Amazon or that's the plan. I've got a documentary I'm documenting. It's just about getting it on that.
Yeah. That'll definitely. I'm sure there'll be plenty of buyers for that. Yeah, it'll be in negotiations for a while. Multiple people. Conor McGregor announced that Forged Irish Stout will be sponsoring you for this fight. That must be exciting for you. Was that a natural partnership, or did you have to twist his arm for that?
No, it was natural. No. Like, like for life, he's, sent messages, he goes, you support me for life. Like, this is just the first fight. He'll be, we'll be working together for I would say for the remainder of my career. Okay. We work really well together. Obviously, I'm great for his brand, and he's obviously great for my brand, and we get along really well. And he supports boxing. He's smart getting into boxing, to be fair, because if you think about it, like boxing, there's fights like nearly every weekend. So he's sponsoring the shows, and he sponsors a lot of other boxers. I've seen some comments online like, you need to have tits and blonde hair to get sponsored. I'm like, I think he pretty much sponsors every single boxer on all the shows. They've all got the Forged Out. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, his collaboration is a little bit deeper and a bit, bigger. But it's like I'm a bit of a face of the Forged Stout now, with him, But it's exciting. I learn, I can obviously learn a lot from him as well, where he is in his career for when I finish, and what he's doing I think is really inspiring. And I love that he's giving back to the boxing community. I love that he's giving back to combat sports. Definitely. Because he could just keep all that money, but he's giving back, and
you don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to do that. Like a lot of the boxers that he sponsors. No offense to them or anything, but they don't have that big a following, or they don't get that many eyes. So really, when you're at that level, it's like it's not really about getting much back, if you know what I mean. Like, but it's he's giving. Yeah.
It's at that level where you need it.
Yeah, like they're not in the papers every day, like me. Yeah. They're not in the papers every day. Oh, look, like Conor McGregor is sponsoring what's names, whatever. Yeah. They're not. It's not like that kind of exposure, But he's still giving it because he's giving back.
I think after the Ngannou Fury fight, he mentioned that he wants to get back in the ring in about April time. Has he mentioned to you any potential opponents or?
No, but he's training. Like he's training. Yeah. I've seen clips. I've seen pics of him training. Good. He's in the gym. But I think I don't know if he puts it on his socials. Obviously, I get it, but I think if he puts it, because I don't really look at his page, to be fair. But I've seen obviously some of his training stuff that he's done, and I think he's a little bit like me. Like, when we go in the gym, we just train. Like, I don't need to put it all over my socials that I'm training. Yeah. I know like people like to do that. They like to get in the phone in the gym and like check in, I'm training. And I know fans like to see it, but honestly, when I get in the gym, I just put my head down and I want to train. And that's it,
That's it, yeah. Last time we spoke I think it was ahead of KSI and Tommy Fury and Jake Paul and Dylan Dennis. And in the aftermath of that, Carl Froch, someone that we know is a bit controversial, he didn't have many good words to say about that. But do you think that's just him being jealous of the money they're making?
Probably a little bit,
like his time's gone now, right? So
just staying relevant, isn't it?
Deflecting, yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I've always been supportive of the influencer boxing. Right, I've always let them do their thing, like it's not boxing, like whatever. I thought KSI won that fight, like. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. But
judges didn't see it that way. Yeah. Do you think there's a kind of a sort of?
I think even Tommy was shocked that he fucking won that fight, to be fair.
That's it. Why do you think that the judges? Do you think there was a kind of
it's boxing,
given?
Isn't it? I don't think so. No. To be fair, I don't think you can really. I don't think like promoters and that can rig. I don't know. I might be naive. I just think that it's a subjective sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just watching someone and you can't help but realize that you're looking at someone a little bit more or whatever. You know, as a judge, you're not supposed to do that, but who knows? I don't know.
Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn have been going back and forth on Twitter again recently. I think Eubank said that it could be an execution if they get in the ring together, whatever. But do you think that fight depends too much on the weight that they fight at, or do you think whatever weight they fight at, it's just going to be a good fight?
Oh, I think it's going to be a great fight. They're very similar. Their styles are very similar, like to a degree. Like when I watch Eubank, obviously Eubank put on a great show. His last fight against Liam Smith. Fair, Liam Smith wasn't on form, but Eubank bring it, and he showed like he's got that. You know what I mean? He's explosive. He's strong. He's back to the old Eubank. You know, before like we're not saying Roy Jones like tried to turn him into Roy Jones, but like before he got all that fussiness, like I feel like he's got back to like that kind of high work rate, just savage, like just going for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Relentless Eubank, and that's what wins in fights, and that's what we liked about him when he, you know, obviously came out when his first whatever fights.
Yeah.
And Conor Benn's exactly the same. He's relentless and he's explosive and he's, you know, strong. Obviously, I think, you know, the size of Eubank is going to be probably stronger. But I think it's going to be an exciting fight. Very exciting fight.
Hope that it happens. Yeah,
it will happen. Yeah, I'm sure it will happen. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Amanda Serrano and Danila Ramos on Friday night.
Yep.
Good fight. First ever 12-round, 3-minute fight.
12 threes.
12 times 3. Yeah. Would you be up for that? Have you ever thought about doing that, or?
Yeah. I mean, you got to train for it. It's all about money. You know, Serrano's making a lot of money under Jake Paul, so why not get paid to do the work?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you get paid of anything, money talks to me. That's it. You know. I like 10-2s. I think they're very exciting.
Yeah, it keeps
I think
the tempo higher,
I like it. I prefer. I mean, I get the 3-minute rounds, but when I watch women's boxing, like it's very exciting, like to watch. You don't get bored watching it because it's fast paced. It's like high work. You know, like I know she throw lots of punches in that, but it was still plotty. It was still kind of a lot slower than like a 2-minute round fight. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I feel like women's boxing is exciting in the 10-2s. I would do it. You know, they say like, you know, obviously having 3-minute rounds you knock out more people, but Serrano didn't knock her out, and Serrano's a knockout artist, so it didn't really make no difference.
Yeah.
You know, really. I think knockouts just come and depends like on the fighters. It's not, obviously there are some fights that if you had a little bit longer you could knock them out, but I feel like the thing that makes women's boxing is that it's quick and fast. It's like a sprint, and people like to watch that.
Also, if you're getting paid for the same, might as well get paid for doing less work.
Exactly. And it's like you can change it to like 12 threes now, because she's done that. But what about all these girls down here that aren't earning much money? We're still earning so much less than the top girls. True. And they're now going to have to drag into doing 3 times 2.
It wasn't even sanctioned by the
312s. By the WBC.
Yeah.
But they're going to get dragged into doing championship fights at 12 threes, but not got nowhere near that kind of money.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of whatever. Like, it's good that Amanda proved. You know, obviously we can. Of course we can do it.
Yeah.
Like, of course we can.
Just whether it's better for the sport or not.
It's just whether what you're into. Like, it was definitely more slower. You know, it was definitely more. It was alright. I didn't feel like it was exciting. I wasn't like. I like it when Amanda has fights when it's 2-minute rounds. Like, they're really exciting.
Yeah, just going out all guns
and don't get me wrong,
yeah.
she threw lots of punches, and she's brilliant. Like, I love watching her technique, and the way she picks her shots is great. Like, it's great. You know, but that Daniela she was boxing good on her back foot, not letting Amanda land, not letting Amanda plant her feet. For her to dance around like that for 12 threes, 12 threes,
yeah.
She was fucking fit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No
like,
doubt.
And it is obviously going to be fitter. You have to be fitter. Like, if you got me to try and do that now without training for it, I wouldn't be able to do it. But we do 3-minute rounds. Everything we do in the gym is 3-minute rounds anyways.
Right.
The only difference is in sparring, closer to fights, we'll do 2 minutes. We'll cut it back down to 2s, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you train for it, you're going to do it. Okay. I would assume. And I would like to see, I would like to see 12 2s. I like 2 minutes. I like to see 12 2s.
Yeah,
and
just
then
extend it a little bit, but then you still got the same round.
10 more rounds, two more rounds, but 2 minutes, because then it still keeps it exciting, like with that high work pace, that high pace.
You get the recovery between the rounds to go again.
No, yeah, just like the high pace. I just like the high pace of it. I think that's what makes women's boxing really exciting. You don't see that as much in men's boxing, because it is. It's a long game, like 3 minute rounds, 12, like three. Like you really do have to pace yourself.
Yeah. Stamina plays.
Yeah, definitely. Part. Yeah, it's just it's a bit of a different game.
It's interesting.
It's just different. It's a different tactic, obviously.
Final question on a totally different topic. Halloween's coming up. You got any plans? Any Halloween parties? Are you getting dressed up? Or?
Yeah. Go over to my OnlyFans, Ebony Bridges.
Oh yeah.
Go check it out. I've got lots of cute costumes on there. You can see.
Exclusive content.
Exclusive content. OnlyFans. Yep. Halloween. Skimpy. Not really much of a costume, but check it out.
All right. Have to go in there and find out for yourself. All right, Ebony. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers. Thank
much
you.
appreciated. Thank you.